So I accepted 2 jobs as a new grad, knowing that I was gonna have to quit one of them within a week to a month. Hey, what's up guys? It's your girl Sugar Sade. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Alright, so today's video is gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be a story time about how I accepted 2 jobs. Yes, 2 jobs as a new grad RN right out of nursing school. So I'm just going to start from the beginning, how it all started. Right out of nursing school, it was a struggle. Like, I thought I was going to have a job in the bag. Like, because I had good externship, I had the experience, I had good jobs before, bomb letters of recommendation. So I was like, oh yeah, new grad programs, they're going to want to scoop me up, right? Wrong. I was not getting into the new grad programs. I was getting denied. So I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck? So then I started applying to like non-new grad programs, just like regular nurse jobs. And I was like, well, you know, I was like, I have faith in myself. I was like, I feel like my externship prepared me enough to where I feel like I can go right into a nursing job and not have that extra training from a new grad program. So I started applying. And at first, you know, nothing. And then I got an interview at the job that I work at now, and I'm a psych nurse now. So I got an interview at a psychiatric hospital and killed the interview, smashed it. And they wanted to hire me. So at first, everyone was just telling me like, no, Sade, do not do psych. Like, you're going to lose your skills and it's dangerous and blood-bitty bloppity blue. So I was like first like super down about it, like, oh man. But psych has always been something that I've been curious about and I've been interested in like learning more about. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, if I don't like it, then I'm gonna get out. I'm not gonna stay there for, if you know, I'll know within a month or month to 3 months if I like psych or not. So I was like, I'm gonna do the job, and if not, then I'll quit if I don't like it. And then I'm just going to apply for more new grad, you know, jobs. Like, I'm not stuck. Like, I have faith in myself that I'll get hired somewhere else, right? So I accepted the job offer, went against everybody's advice. And then on the day of my orientation for the job that I have right now, I get an email from one of the hospitals that literally I wanted to work for so bad. And, like, I kid you not, the week before, I drove past it and I was like, I wish they would call me back. And, you know, because I had got denied from like so many positions at that hospital. And then finally I got a call back and they asked me to come in for an interview. So I was like, oh shoot. So I went, of course, killed it. I think that was the best interview I ever had in my life. Like, I don't know, I felt just super comfortable and confident. And so I just killed it for whatever reason. And they wanted to hire me too. And then I was like, man, this is a good place. I was like, it's med surg. I was like, this is where you're supposed to start out. And this is where everyone's saying I need to be, because it's going to give me the right experience that I need to go to the ICU or to go anywhere I want afterwards. And even when I was waiting there for my interview, I was like in the lounge and I seen that they had like signs posted up that said like ICU training and like wound care training. And I was like, wow, like this is a really good place to work. Like, if you're really trying to advance your skills and like just get the experience that you need. So then I was like, man, I'm in a pickle. Like, they both want to hire me. And then so I talked to my mom about it and lots of other people about it. And people were like, accept both, you know? And then the psych job was supposed to start. It started in September. And then the other med surg job was going to start in like October 14th or like 18th or something like that. So everyone was like, oh, just start at the psych job first. You'll work there for like a month and that'll be enough time for you to figure out like if you like psych or not. And if you don't, then you just quit and you automatically start into the med surg job. And I was like, okay. I was like, that sounds like a good idea. But I was like, man, that's kind of grimy of me. Like, I'm going to waste their time. I'm going to waste somebody's time because if I like psych and I decided to stay, and I went through the whole onboarding, hiring process at this med-surg job, you know, I'm going to waste their time and money training me, and I'm going to waste the psych's time and money training me if I quit on them. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is not having good integrity. Like, I can't do this. So I called the med-surg job back, and I told them, I know they thought I was crazy. I'm telling you, I know they thought I was crazy, because at first when they called me to offer me the job, I told them that I had to think about it. And they said, okay. And then I called them back later on that day, and I said that, okay, I'm going to accept it. And then I called them back to say, you know what, I'm not going to accept it. Into the line, like, because I decided that I wasn't having good integrity, and I didn't want to waste anyone's time or energy. And the way I decided to stick with the psych job, it was multiple reasons. So for one, the psych job was going to start me out at $7 more an hour. Come on. Like, let's be real. That's a lot of money. That makes a big difference each year. And also the psych job was willing to pay $200 towards my student loans every month. So I was like, okay, like, that's good, right? Like, I mean, that's better than nothing. And then the med-surg job was, they wanted me to sign a 2-year contract, but it was going to be like a new grad program. They were going to have like a full like 16 weeks, preceptorship training, classes, all that. But I was like, I don't think I'm willing to sign a 2-year contract. That just seems so long to me. Like, and then, you know, I never worked there before. So what if I hate it and then I'm like stuck in this 2-year contract at this lower pay rate? So that's what I was thinking about. And then also psych, they were going to start me out as a charge nurse, and they said they were going to give me like 6 days of training, and then I was going to be out there unless I like expressed that I needed more training and I didn't feel comfortable. Then they said they're willing to give me more, but it is what it is. It's six shifts, and then you're on your own. So I kind of was like, that's kind of badass. I was like, I feel like, you know, I can handle that. I was like, I'd rather just start out at a higher position and just kind of maybe be really stressed at first, but, you know, catch on and make more money and enjoy the specialty. Also, circling back to why I didn't want to sign a 2-year contract was because I want to go back to school to be a nurse practitioner. And I always said that I wanted to go back as soon as possible. And so that means after 1 year experience as an RN, that means I want to apply to the program to see if I could get in. And honestly, I've always been interested in becoming a psychiatric nurse practitioner. So I had to think about it. I said, what is my end goal here? I was like, my end goal is not to be an ICU RN. My end goal is not to work at Kaiser Permanente, although like that's a dream. But my end goal is to become a psychiatric nurse practitioner. So I was like, which job is going to help me get there? And which job is going to give me the best experience to make me the best psychiatric nurse practitioner? And I was like, that's going to be the psych job. I was like, yeah, I could still apply to psych NP school with med-surg experience, but why would I do that when I could be getting the psych experience? I could be learning and perfecting, you know, how the symptoms and the different types of mental illnesses and the different medications, familiarizing myself with those before school, right? So I'll be even better psychiatric nurse practitioner. And then also I had to think about like, why am I thinking that I need to start in med-surg? I was like, is it because I want to, or is it because it's just what everyone says you're supposed to do? And I think that's a problem that we face a lot in this field, is that a lot of people are sheep. And I'm not saying that to be rude, but I think that a lot of people are sheep because you guys just follow what you're supposed to do, even though you don't want to do it. Now, if you want to be in med-surg, or if you want to be in the ICU or whatever, that's great. Like, you can do that. But don't just do it if you don't want to, because that's what you're supposed to do, then you're being a sheep, just following the herd. You need to be a lion and do what you want and make your own destiny, create your own path. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And once I decided that, that's how I knew where to go. That being said, when I finally did start out working as a charge nurse at the psychiatric hospital that I am at now, that was a rough transition. Like, going from being a baby nurse, nursing student, to being a charge nurse, no new grad program, 6 days of training, and you're thrown out there. I was so stressed. Oh my gosh. Every shift before I would go in, like, my neck would tense up and my back would hurt and like my jaw would hurt. Like, I was just so stressed because it was like such a steep learning curve. And then not only on top of that, was that I was a charge nurse, which means that I have to delegate. And anytime there was an issue or something, people would be like, oh, go talk to your charge nurse. And they'd appoint them to me. And I'm like, you know, I'm still learning these policies and everything. And I'm having to like help people with these issues and help family members and help other nurses and, you know, be the boss and, you know, stay composed when I'm still learning my shit. So it was rough. But I mean, finally I got the hang of it. And now I no longer, you know, get neck pains before work. I still have stressful days, but that's just normal. But it's not the same kind of stress. Another thing is that I started off night shift. I still work night shift. And at first, that was kicking my butt so hard. Night shift is not for the weak. It's not. Some people hate it, but you know, I've grown to like it actually. Some days it's hard. Some days I'm like, okay, cool. My sleep schedule is permanently messed up on the days I'm off. Like, I do not fall asleep until like 5 in the morning. So, you know, that's its own challenge. But all in all, like, I'm very happy with the decision that I made. And I hope you guys enjoyed this story time.